Alright everyone, what is up? It's your boy Chaos Sasuke here, back at it again with another new spankin' Hot What If video. And today, or tomorrow, or tonight, or whenever you're watching this, I have another new spankin' Hot What If for you all. Now, it's May 20th, this will be my second video of the day. I might be moving to a location with internet tonight, so tomorrow you guys might see some uploads, might not, I don't know. But anyways, let's get in with this what if. Now, for those wondering what the hell is this what if, this is one I mentioned in another one of my videos, which I have not uploaded yet. Just as this one is not uploaded like right this day. This is what if Naruto was a Kitsune samurai. Yes, you heard me right. Now, Naruto will be born I guess you could say an oddball to Kitsune kind, as he is not viewed as overpowered or strong. Naruto is a regular and is basically a middle-level Kitsune, meaning he has 5 tails. Now, obviously 5 tails is not that, is more than half, but half of 9, but not strong enough to challenge Kurama, the mythical 9-tailed demon. Now, another thing about this world is that there is 3 races: humans, Kitsune, and demons. Now, demons and Kitsune are kind of opposites. As, well, I will be, if you guys did not know, I'll be quoting from the Sons of Garmadon series a bit in this video. I'm Sons of Garmadon from Ninjago. So, here's the quote. In long ago, before time had a name, there was 2 beings. Now, instead of there being the Oni and the dragon, the Kitsune and the demon. As the Kitsune had the legendary power to create things out of nothingness, while the Oni had the destructive power to turn all into ash, and to turn things to ash and destroy, as they were a very dark and powerful race. As the 2 were, however, the 2 had one thing in common. Now this is, of course, where the legend from Ninjago strays a bit. As both had one thing in common: the use of katanas, and the use of swords. Now, in this Naruto, of course, he's a Kitsune. You'd think he would have the power of creation, right? Not exactly. Naruto was born with what many of his kind saw as a curse: the power of destruction. You see, when a Kitsune is at the age of 4, and is at the age of 3, no, at the age of 5, they are brought to a sort of area where they usually would create a tree sapling. The size of the sapling determines on how powerful the Kitsune will be, and the Kitsune's ability would be. Now, Naruto's sister had miraculous amounts of power. As instead of creating a small sapling, she created a 30-foot tall oak tree. At the age of 5, as everyone, of course, would have been impressed with this, and would have giant expectations for Naruto. However, he would wave his hand in front of the giant tree, and it would begin to fall apart, as suddenly the entire tree would just fall over and turn into ash and dust, and poof out of existence. As they would have called Naruto the Cursed Boy. The boy born with the power of destruction instead of creation. Now, of course, the humans viewed both races as, well, unnatural or ancient races that should never be crossed. Now, both races, humans and Kitsune, would have been angered at Naruto. The Kitsune for, well, thinking he was a freak of nature, and the humans thought that he would break an ancient cycle of balance. However, the demons, on the other hand, they would smile, as they would have a giant grin on their face. As demons for many years had been searching for a way to defeat the Kitsune. A way for destruction to prevail over creation. A way to shift the tides of balance in their favor. As the demons were excited and happy more than anything they could imagine. As the Demon Lord, as we go to the Demon Lord, Lord Ragnar. I do not have a picture at the moment. Well, actually, I do. Hold on. As we see a 10-foot tall, giant, destructive demon standing in front of all, and basically sitting on a throne, in a crimson castle. As we see a small demon with only one horn walk in front of him and tell him the news. As suddenly the Ashen Forest, also known as, as we see the entire Ashen Cavern, Ashen Mountains, also known as, well, basically the land of demons, shaking as lava begins spilling and begins gurgling out of the mountains, as cracks of fire would begin spreading around everywhere. As we go to the throne room, as we see the demon Lord Ragnar laughing, chuckling, hysterically, as he then says, "There's no way. Wait, you're not kidding?" As everything would suddenly stop. As we go to the Demon King, who is now smiling wickedly, as he would then say, "Excellent. get our finest out there. Destroy the entire forest village. Destroy the entire Kitsune nation if we have to. Bring me that boy. As they would say, as the demon with one horn would then say, "Yes, master." As suddenly we see an armada, and as we see an army of hundreds and thousands of demons marching to the Kitsune nation, torching entire homes and villages in their wake. Of course, they are dying continuously. As the demons, and as the Demon King, of course, is there, clad in his terrifying crimson armor, as he then says, "Find me the boy. Find me every..." As they would search throughout each village for any child. However, they would realize that they kept destroying children and instantly killing the children with their destructive power. As then the Demon Lord, as Ragnar would then say, "A change of plans then. Go and bring me every single child in this nation. Line them up. We'll see which one has the gift of destruction and which one of them has that, and those who have the curse of creation. Those with the power of creation will be exterminated, and those with the power of and the one with the power of creation and of destruction, he will be brought amongst the ranks of the highest of demons." As he would say, "But first, well, we can't exactly assume his rank from just thinking that from just knowing that he's the only Kitsune, and he's the first Kitsune born with the power of destruction." As he would then say, "So, here's what we're going to do." As they would begin asking, as the demons would be walking around asking and as they would walk to the village leader, hold on, as they would be walking, as they march to the village leader, as they would finally get there. As when they got to the village elder, they would then say, how much destruction did the boy cause? Did the, I guess you say, cursed Kitsune cause? As the elder would say, he destroyed an entire 30-foot tall oak tree in less than 5 seconds. As the Demon King would then smile and chuckle, as he'd then say, It took me about 30 seconds to destroy my first oak tree when I was 5, meaning that this boy is stronger than me, meaning that if we get him on our side, the entire Kitsune nation will fall, and the entire Kitsune race will fall." Now, of course, after we find the boy, of course, we're going to burn down this entire village, and then we will go back to the Ashen Mountains, where we will train the boy to become one of the strongest strongest, most ruthless warriors of all time. And then we will come back here and destroy everything. As the Demon King would then chuckle. As we go to Naruto. As he and his sister are basically just walking by a lake with, I'm getting fish and some water. As Naruto refuses, and as Naruto is about at the age of 8, he refuses to use, he's at the age of 11, as he refuses, 100% refuses to use his power of destruction. Because everyone calls him a freak when it happens. And when it happens. Now, what do I say? Now, what do I mean when I say it happens? Well, once a month at a random time, Naruto destroys one object of any random variety. He unconscious. Completely automatically. Without him in control whatsoever. Naruto would be with his sister as well. They would be walking back from their little fishing experience, as the two siblings would be just, trotting back. As fun fact, the village elders had made it very strict that Naruto nor his sister were ever able to know about the race of demons. So the two had not only thought that humans and Kitsune were the only two species left, and were the only two species to ever exist. Intelligent species. As Naruto would be basically trotting with his sister, as they would hear voices yelling, as they would see these people with horns, clad in this darkened armor, burning down the entire village. As, we see a giant grunt, a demon about 20 stories tall. As these demons are a bit mindless. As this demon is just it sees Naruto as he's trying to grab him. As now Naruto's palms would be getting glowing with a black aura surrounding them. As he'd say, "Oh no, not now. As suddenly he would hold his palms out to try and protect himself and his sister, as suddenly the destructive aura would be released from his palms, as suddenly the giant grunt demon would fall over, and would fall over while being turned into ash. As we go to the demon lord, who was watching the grunt, as he thought that Naruto was a weak child, and was just another child that could be the one, until he saw that, as he then said, "Man, get that boy!" As suddenly the entire army would be focused on Naruto, as they would be running towards Naruto, as Naruto, not knowing what the hell to do, would grab his sister, and would grab his sister, as he would then tell her to jump on his back, as he would then run away as fast as he possibly could. As a black and red aura would surround Naruto, as a blur of red and black light would follow behind them, as Naruto would run away as fast as you could possibly imagine. As Naruto would have basically landed in a human village, out of breath, and in the middle of a human forest, out of breath. As he then said, what the hell was that? Who are those guys? Why do they want me? Are they gonna attack me? Kill me? As Naruto had always felt that his power and that his curse was always warding towards greater dangers. Now he thought that instead of calling him a freak and a monster, these people were going to kill him. As now, Naruto does not know something, and neither does his sister. Naruto is not a full Kitsune. Oh no, not in the slightest. Naruto is only half Kitsune. He is half demon as well. However, Naruto has not exactly learned. He's not unlocked the ability of creation yet, as he himself doesn't even know if he ever will. However, he knows that he has this destructive ability, and it's incredibly powerful from what he has heard, and from what he's heard from. However, he has no clue who were those guys. Allow me to explain something. Naruto is the creation and is the son of, Ragnar plus a lot of booze, and plus a lot of alcohol, plus a Kitsune princess. Now, Naruto has no clue that and who his mom or dad is, as he is only a half, and as he is only a half sibling to his sister, but he does not know that, as his sister is a full Kitsune. As you can see right here just by a small little color difference, Naruto's fur is a bit darker than his sister's, as all Kitsune have very light colors of fur. Naruto is the only dark-furred Kitsune, as they think that this might be one reason of him being what they call cursed. As we go to Naruto, who is out of breath and trying to run as far as he can, as we see a human. As this human sees Naruto, as the human then says, "Lightning Blade." The human then says, "Mud Wall," and does some hand signs as he then says, "Mud Wall." As suddenly a wall made of mud or earth forms right in front of Naruto as he is running, as he hits the wall and falls over, as he sees a human wearing a headband sideways with white hair and a face mask walk up to him, as he then says, "Two Kitsune? Huh? Two Kitsune? But aren't they supposed to be in their nation or village?" As he then says, well, they appear to be running from something. I'll bring them in for some, I don't know, udon and tea? Or maybe some katsudon. Ramen, maybe? Yeah. I don't know what they like. Oh, wait a minute, that's right. The giant giant fox demon. I believe his name's Karama. I'm the giant fox monster. Didn't he say that he only liked and that he liked fish? Well, maybe if that monster likes fish, these two will as well. As he then says, it looks like they already have some fish. Maybe they were fishermen? As the human, also known as Kakashi Hatake, grabs the bucket of fish and the giant bottle of water. As he then says, they might have been, it appears they were on a supply run and are running from something. As he would carry the two unconscious Kitsune into a small hut and into a small sort of cottage. As when the two awoke, Kakashi would be right in front of him. In front of them. As he would say, "Hello, strangers. Hello. You two must be Kitsune, is that right?" As the two would then shake their head, would then nod quickly, as Naruto would then say, "You're a human, right?" As Kakashi would then say, "Of course." What do you think I am? A demon?" As he would then chuckle, as Naruto and his sister would look at Kakashi with their heads tilted, and with their ears tilted sideways and their heads tilted sideways. And with one ear tilted sideways and their heads tilted sideways, as they'd say, "Wait, what? What's a demon?" Or, more specifically, they'd say, "Huh? What's that?" As Kakashi would then stop chuckling, as he'd say, "You two don't know what a demon is?" As they'd said, As he would then say, "It's weird how two Kitsune, and how two young Kitsune such as yourselves, don't know what a demon is. Oh well, I guess it's time for a history lesson." As Kakashi would then say, "Long ago, before time had a name, the first Kitsune, a Kurama, and the first demon, and the first demon, and the first demon, Garmadon, had a great battle. As Kurama had godly powers of creation, and had the almighty power of creation, as Garmadon had the almighty power of destruction. Garmadon was a giant 6-armed demon, and was a giant 4-armed demon with black skin and fiery eyes and horns. He had the power to destroy anything he wished in a mere instant. As he would then say, the two had many children, and that carried on their legacy of their powers and their hatred for each other. the demons and the Kitsune. As, well, the first demon's kin, the demons, and as Garmadon's kin, also known as the demons, attacked Kurama's kin, who also known as the Kitsune, as the two were in a never-ending struggle of creation and destruction. As they are always in a war, fighting against each other. Even though they're separated in different lands, the two still are fighting each other, looking for a way to overpower the other. The Kitsune wish to overpower the power of creation, while the Kitsune wish to overpower destruction, while the demons wish to overpower creation. The humans, however, sought for no side to be greater than the other, as the humans sought for both to be in balance. Kakashi would say, as he would then say, however, there's more to that story, but that's for another time. As he'd then say, so, who exactly are you two? So, what are you two exactly doing here? As Naruto would then say, we're going on a supply run for fish and water. We were at a lake and we were heading back. Then we saw this giant monstrous beast, clad in all sorts of clunky, bulky armor, as it stretched its giant hands at me. And it happened. As Kakashi would raise an eyebrow, he'd say, what's it? As Naruto would then say, well, you see, when a Kitsune is at the age of 5, they usually test their power of creation. However, my sister created a giant 30-foot tall oak tree in a mere instant, within 5 seconds of trying to do the same, it fell apart into ash and dust, as Kakashi would then tilt his head and raise one of his eyebrows, as he would then say, so wait, you're a Kitsune with the power of destruction? As he would then say, yeah, I guess that's what I don't know. Everyone I've ever known, except for my sister, has always called it a curse. My sister calls it a strange version of a gift, as she thinks that, well, while she has the power to create, and while she has immense power of creation, whatever my power is, it could balance out hers. As Kakashi would then say, well, can you finish your story? As Naruto would then say, of course. You see, we were out there battling, and we were out, and the giant guy turned to ash and dust and fell over, and a dude that was maybe 11 feet tall saw me. He saw what I did, as he then said, get that boy. And suddenly an entire armada came running after me. As then Kakashi would laugh, as he'd say, it appears that they were searching for you, boy. As Naruto then say, what do you mean searching for me? As Kakashi would say, well, I explained, the Kitsune had a remarkable had the power of creation. The demons had the power of destruction. Demons and Kitsune always want to overpower the other, meaning that that 11-foot tall demon that you saw was no mere regular demon, but the head honcho of the demons himself, Ragnar. As he'd say, very few people who meet Ragnar live. I should know, as Kakashi would then show, and would then lift up underneath his headband, as he would then show his eye and his sharingan eye with a scar. As he would say, a friend of mine, a human named Obito, gave me an eye to replace mine. However, we were on a recon mission of sorts. I and my friend Obito were basically scouting in the Ashen Mountains where Ragnar lived. As Obito, it was also an assassination on Ragnar. Ragnar, as we would rush over to Ragnar with our blades and with a blade in hand. As Ragnar, however, he saw what we were doing a mile away. Just as I was about to decapitate him, my blade would have clashed with his, and with one of his blades, as Obito would rush over from behind, trying to stab him in the back, as another blade would appear from Ragnar's other arm. As it would have been a long and hard battle of swords and skill. However, Ragnar was too strong for me or Obito to beat, so we decided to run. However, as we were escaping before we could get to the gates of Ragnar's palace, of Ragnar's dungeon, he would he would basically see that we were escaping out of his dungeon, as in an attempt to kill me, he would launch, and he would slam over a giant pillar that would fall, as it would crush my friend Obito. As I would have gotten angry, and enraged tried to stab and tried to slice at Ragnar, but I was so blinded by rage that I was achieving some sort of superhuman ability. As he saw this, and for some reason, Ragnar's blade would turn from orange to purple, as he would slash at my eye, as I would feel a burning pain. However, my friend Obito, I would be running away, as my friend Obito would have called out for me. While Ragnar slashed my eye, I accidentally would have caused a small collapsing of pillars, keeping him on one side of the dungeon. While I was running away, Obito, from underneath rocks and boulders, would have called for me, as Obito would have said, "Kakashi, Here. You don't have yours anymore, and you'll need it. So take this. As he would give me his left eye. It's a powerful eye called the sharingan. However, it's a ability only achievable by a certain bloodline of humans called the Uchihas. Obito was an Uchiha, and my best friend. As Kakashi would then say. And so, here I am. And so, well, that's how I got this eye. As he would then put his headband over his eye, as he would say. However, if I didn't cause that collapsing, and if I didn't cause those pillars to collapse down on him, Ragnar would have killed me. I'm sure of it. As Naruto and his sister, Unami, yes, that's her name, Unami, would have, and would say, whoa. She'd say, yeah. So, chances are either they wanted to kill your sister, who, from what you told me, is probably the strongest Kitsune alive, or they wanted to take you in as one of them, or they wanted to take you in as one of their own. He would say. Well, no, Kakashi wouldn't say that. He'd say, or they would want to brainwash you into being a weapon. As Naruto would have heard of the power of destruction, and of how the demons had the same power as him, as he would feel sort of angry at Kakashi, as he would say, so wait. And as he'd say, no, you're lying to me, just like all the other humans and Kitsune have over the years. They've lied to me. They've told me I was cursed, weak, a freak of nature. As Naruto would be walking backwards and stumbling in rage, as Kakashi would walk over to Naruto and say, hey, easy there. Why don't you just come back here and sit down? As Naruto would then unsheath a katana, as it would then light ablaze with blue flames. As he'd say, I am calm. As Naruto would then slice the blade sideways, destroying some of the cottage. As Kakashi would then say, hey, kid, please, calm down. As Naruto would then say, you don't tell me what to do! You liar! As he would then swing again. And Kakashi, as Naruto's sister, would be behind, and would basically be behind Kakashi, scared for her life. However, Naruto would have been blinded by rage, as he would say, you're trying to keep me away from the only people who I might feel something towards, from the only people who might be nice to me. As Naruto would then say, I ain't falling for your tricks. As Naruto would raise his hand in mid-air, as he would then pulse it down on the ground, as suddenly the entire cottage would begin to slowly disintegrate and fall apart. Now, this is a very big cottage, okay? About 50 by 50 feet. Like 50 feet long, 50 feet wide, and 50 feet long, 100 feet wide, and 40 feet tall. As Naruto would run through the entire cottage as it is falling down and basically being destroyed before their very eyes, and before Kakashi and Unami's very eyes. As Naruto would say, I will never be tricked into living this life of suffering any longer. As Naruto would slice 3 times with his blade blazing with blue flames. As suddenly the entire place would begin burning, not only being destroyed, but slow, now burn fire. As the two would have to navigate their way out. As Naruto would then jump out of a window, as he'd then say, never again, never! As Naruto would rush and would then run away, and would then begin dashing through the forest. As we see Naruto dashing through the giant forest, as he would fall over about 15 miles away. I'm about 10 seconds later and 15 miles away. As Naruto would fall over, as he would be sort of going unconscious, as he would see Ragnar standing right in front of him. As instead of seeing Ragnar raise his blades, he would see Ragnar drop both of them. As Naruto, of course, would fall unconscious, as Ragnar would grab the boy, and would pick up the boy with both of his hands, as he would say, "Bring the boy with me. I'm bringing the boy with me," as he would say to a couple of his troops who were with him on his nightly walk. On his nightly pillaging. As Naruto would awaken on a bed. It was nice and comfy. Softer than anything Naruto had ever felt. As he'd say, "Well, where am I? Who are you?" As Naruto would see Ragnar right next to him. As Ragnar would then say, "Boy, I am Ragnar, the Demon Lord. And you, boy, have something that intrigues me. Something I thought your feeble race would never get, and would never have nor understand." As he would then say, as Ragnar would then say, "You have a rare ability, boy. Well, amongst your kind, you're the only one to have it. You have the power of destruction," he would say, as Naruto would then say, "I was told about that just a while ago. Is it true that you are going to kill me? And that you're going to kill me?" He would say as he looked at Ragnar, as Ragnar would then say as Ragnar's face would then turn into one of a sort of worried expression, as he'd then say, "What? No, who told you that?" As he'd then say, "A human named Kakashi, and a human with white hair, and a red and black eye, called a sharingan." As a demon in the hallways would then say, "Kakashi, Kakashi. As we see a demon with white skin, and as we see a demon cladded in robes and armor walk in, as he has a mask on his face, and as he has a helmet on his face, but Naruto can clearly see a red and black, something red and glowing in one eye hole, and in the right eye hole, and on the left, he can see something purple glowing. As through two holes of the helmet, he sees two white horns. As Naruto would say, hey, that human said that he was going to, and that you were going to force me to be some sort of slave or brainwash me. As now, Ragnar would look at Naruto genuinely concerned as he would say, "Boy, well, yes, I may have been searching for you. I never intended to force you to do anything you did not want. In fact, I was coming to ask you whether or not you wanted to live, and whether or not you wanted to be a part of my nation, and a part of the Ashen Mountains, and a part of my clan in the Ashen Mountains," he would say. As now, just allow me to say, Ragnar is being 100% honest here. He never intended for Naruto to be brainwashed into his army. He wanted him to do it willingly, or be alone. And either way, Naruto wouldn't help the Kitsune or the demons. Either way, Naruto wouldn't help the Kitsune. As Naruto would then say, "I knew that human was lying." As Ragnar would then say, "Well, boy, you are in my castle with my finest of warriors. And this is and, well, you've probably have seen him in the corner, but this is Toby," he would say, as we see a demon, as we see the same demon that I mentioned before, except his eyes aren't glowing, as they look normal, or as his eye holes look like they're just black. As Naruto can't see anything, no glowing. As Toby would then say, "Hello, I am Toby." "Hello, I am Toby." As he would then say, As Naruto would then say, "I swore," and as he'd think, "I swore I saw this dude with two glowing eyes, and a dark, rough voice." As he would then say, "Well," and as Ragnar would then say, "Well, boy, I brought you here because you were unconscious, and it was my nightly pillaging. While you may have ruined some good pillaging, finally meeting you has been far greater," he would say. As he would then ask Naruto, "So, boy, would you like to be a part of my clan? Or a part of that much weaker and more futile race known as the Kitsune?" he would say. As Naruto would then say, well, that's actually why I was running here for. I was tired of all the lies, being called a freak and a monster, so I decided to find someone who would understand me. I thought I was the only one with this so-called curse, he would say. As Ragnar would then say, boy, what that is no curse, but the power of destruction. Think of it this way, there are two sides of a scale. Now, creation and destruction are those two sides of the scale. On one side, we have the power of creation. On the other side, we have the power of destruction. Now, of course, I only want destruction to overpower creation, for the benefit of getting rid of the old and so that there may be new created. However, the Kitsune wish to overpower me. And only create. And so I must only destroy. And think about balance later. You would say. Hold on. As Naruto would then say, by the way, may I call you Dad? As Ragnar would then look at Naruto and would smile at him with a heartwarming smile, as he'd say, of course, boy. As there would be a knock on the door, as we say a demon with blue, fiery clothing and two horns, with long white hair in black and blue clothes. As she would then say, my lord, is this the boy? As he'd say, of course. As he would then say, behold, old boys. Well, hold on. Baby boy. As he would then say, now Naruto, this is Lilith. And now, boy, this is Lilith. And your name is? As Naruto would then say, Naruto. As he'd then say, what is your last name, Ragnar? As Ragnar would then say, Uzumaki. As Naruto would then say, I am Naruto Uzumaki. And that's where I'm ending this part off. Hope y'all enjoyed part 1 of What If Naruto Was a Kitsune Samurai. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope y'all enjoyed. Alright, as I've said, I have no idea what the plans are. Possibility is, there are possibilities that I might or might not be able to upload tonight. Maybe in a week, I have no clue. But maybe there will be internet at either place I'm going. Either way, please please like, share, comment, subscribe, and good night and goodbye and skadoosh.